This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, miniatures, and paints, discount prices at miniaturemarket.com. Hey everybody, it's your old pal Rob. Well, with Gencon coming and just around the corner, almost a whole month away, but still plenty of time, for you guys to get set. One of the games that I really think that is going to be the hit of Gencon is a game that I am completely blown away with after messing with it for a bit here. And that is none other than Fateforge, Chronicles of Kaan. Now, this is the deluxe edition, so if you go to Gen Con, make sure that you get the deluxe edition because this thing is just pimped out to no end. We're going to be taking a look at this. It is kind of an app-driven story game, and they have an expansion out for it as well, but we'll be talking about that separately. What I want to do is just kind of go over some of the things that's really cool, show you how the app works, and show you some of these beautiful components and what this thing is about, because this is a beautiful story that just really starts to unfold and you really get sucked into. And what more do you want from from a game than to have that deep, if you're going to play an RPG, that deep pull-in, that thing that's going to get you to buy in. And Mighty Boards and all the brilliant people there have done that with this one. Let's go down to the table, then I'll come back on the other side and talk more about this. So one of the things that we're going to do is we're going to go over everything, but this is very driven by the app. And the app does a great job, but it doesn't take away from your play on the board, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to start up your app here, and there's an expansion for it, Clash of Immortals. So if you go to Gen Cons, make sure you get both of them. I'm going to pick that, and it says, do you have this? Well, of course I do. And I'm going to confirm my selection. Hit it there. Then it's going to say, well, who do you want to be? Well, I'm going to be the Forest Guard and the Rogue to start off, because it's going to kind of put you through a little bit of a training as you go through. And you're going to start your campaign. Okay, and then you're going to hit continue. Boom, which I do. And the beautiful art in this. You're going to do Act 1 here. And you're going to hit continue. You're going to roll through that, and then boom. And you're going to read this text. Now, let me lower that a little bit. And I don't want to ruin too much for you, so I'm just going to kind of breeze through this. And it's going to tell you different things that you're going to need to do and prepare and so forth and so on. Okay. And our Act 1, we're gonna end up fighting a whole bunch of dudes here, and we're going to stand. Well, what do you want to do? It gives you a choice. Do you want to basically, do you want to stand up for yourself, which normally is my normal reaction, or put your head down and keep walking? Well, we're going to stand for ourselves, okay, because that's the way we are, okay. There we go. And we'll hit stand for ourselves, and then it's going to be more that you're going to read, and it's going to start talking about things about what you're going to have to do and how you're going to react. It gives you these little notes through it, which is just perfectly done. And like I said, I want to keep on going. And I don't want to give away the story because this is really good. And we're going to fight. All right? Which is fine. So it's going to tell you everybody that you're going to deal with, right? And then you're going to hit next. You're going to pull out your enemy cards, okay? For instance, all your enemy cards are right here. You're going to have those all separated, and they're numbered. So you can pick it out, which is just absolutely brilliant, okay? You're going to hit next, and then you would set this up a certain way. Now, you get a bunch of tiles. They're double-sided, so there's plenty of replayability and things like that. And I can see them adding a lot more stuff here. And then it's going to give you your tutorial objectives, how you're going to go about it. You need to defeat the militia office guard, and it teaches you the tutorial of fighting, and you're going to go through it. You're going to set up those cards because that's what's going to be. It's going to show you where you're going to put the tokens. There'll be exit tokens and things like that in there. Where you're going to be able to put your guys, your starting guys, and then what you need to do, where everybody goes, and that's where you're going to be putting these fantastic little discs out, okay? Because you're going to have discs that are going to represent the baddies, which is brilliant because I'll be honest with you, you don't need 1,000 miniatures in games, and you get a ton of villains here, okay? And you're going to be able to pick certain ones that are going to have certain types of abilities and things like that, and they'll go out in certain places, and they'll represent the enemies that you're going to face, and then you are going to fight, of course, and you're going to build your pool. Now how this all works is that your hero, you're going to have one of these cards here. So you can even have a little side room over here if you needed to be. And as you can see, beautiful. And you're going to be building a pool, a starting pool of dice that you're going to have for each character. As you can see, I would need 3 blue and 1 green here. And we would roll, and then we would utilize those dice each time. And you have different type of characters. Like I said, we have our rogue here, which is really just cool, and how we would build up the shaman, the nobleman, the forest guard. That's the other player that we would have in. So I'm sorry for the video cutting out a little bit there, but I kind of just, what happened was some of the data got corrupted for some reason. But it doesn't matter, because what I was going to more talk about is that when you go back to the app, it tells this fantastic story, and then I start to wax poetic for about 9 minutes, which I'm just going to do at the end here. Mighty Boards has what I consider the game of the year. Between the dice pools, the immense story, how the app works, it is so clean. It is one of the cleanest apps that I have ever played, because usually I run into something that's glitchy and all that kind of stuff and causes all kinds of problems. It really is one of the best games that I think that you can get at Gencon. And if you're going to Gencon, you're going to want to go over to where Mighty Boards is, and you're going to want to check this out. I'm going to be covering the Chronicles of Kaan, Clash of the Immortals, which is the expansion, which I can't wait to take a look at. Now, everything that you saw that I showed you was from the deluxe edition, okay? So expect the components to be a little different if you get the usual, but if you're at Gencon, make sure you get that deluxe edition, because it is absolutely beautiful. There are envelopes, there are hidden little things, there are the giant map, which got cut out, unfortunately, that you are going to kind of, a la Gloomhaven, kind of mark certain areas that certain things are going to happen. This does a lot of great things. And the thing that I really like about it is a trend that is really happening now. Give me a miniature, but give it a miniature of the character I'm going to play. And if you have great art, standees work. If you have fantastic art, those little pogs work. Okay? I'm not worried about this giant, beautiful enemy that I'm going to fight and kill and never face again. Okay? That I'm going to spend hours painting just to fight once. Okay? This does everything right. And what they're doing with the app, which doesn't overpower the game. Some apps overpower the game. This is just the right mixture of everything, and Mighty Boards has hit it on the head. And I think this is the game of Gencon, or the sleeper of Gencon, because I'm not hearing a ton of buzz about it. I think you guys need to check this out. If you go to Gencon, make sure you go over to Mighty Boards and see all the things that I'm talking about. They have done a fantastic job, and I am very immersed in this. I am very excited about it, and I'm having a great time with this. There are very few games that have come across here that I just go, yeah, you have to have this. This is a must-have, okay, and a collection keeper, because with that app, there's no telling how many more stories that they're going to add to this. Okay, what they're going to do, how they're going to do things. Okay, and it just leaves a wide open doorway for them to just be as creative as they want. And they're doing a great job. The cards that add the abilities, that which add to your dice pool, make a big difference. It just really, everything works, and it works real well, and the app does such a great job. It's one of the best tutorials I have ever played, where it just walks you through everything. I didn't want to ruin it because it was just, the tutorial was a great experience, okay? And I don't want to ruin that for you, okay? Go out, grab this. You won't be disappointed. Mighty Boards, fantastic company, making a great game. Fateforge Chronicle of Kaan, a must-have for any RPG collector like myself. You're going to love this. Until next time, it's your old pal Rob. We'll see you soon, everybody.